I'm a magician and I'm going to explain the top 5 sleight of hand methods card cheats use to cheat at card games, and they're not what you think they are. We'll start with the ace of spades. I'm going to shuffle that into the pack, and I've had a lot of requests from people who have asked about the underground sleight of hand card cheating side of things, and I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback. So this one goes out to you, Dave. Now it looks like these cards are being shuffled, but in reality I've got complete control of where that ace of spades is. I'll do it face up so you can see the techniques. Look, think about the reality of what these moves actually mean. Think about the reality of practicing, sitting alone in the dark, accompanied by nothing but the sounds the card makes, just screaming into silence. And that might be only me, but you get the idea. It's all about keeping track of the cards, and if at any point you lose track of the card, you're absolutely screwed, especially in a proper card game. Not a clue. Now it's alright being able to control one card, but the best card mechanics can control multiple cards. Let's say we're playing a card game, we've got 4 hands, 4 cards in each hand, 4 players, and I want to deal myself the 4 aces. So we've got 4 cards, 4 hands, and you're going to see how I can do multiple card control with the 4 aces. Now I'll do it face up, so you can see the ace of diamonds, and it's going to disappear from this hand using a technique known as the back bum shuffle, which is absolute bollocks by the way, but it sounds funny. That's the back bum shuffle, and the ace has disappeared. I'll try it again. Look, the ace of clubs face up, you're going to see it. I say back, you say bum. That's the back bum shuffle, and before you know it, that ace is going to disappear. Watch close. Bang. Did you see it happen? No, of course you didn't. It's the back bum shuffle. Now I'm saying back bum shuffle like it's a thing. It's not. This is just generally card control, multiple card control. It's the techniques we're using. I'm going to do it face up. Look, you can see the ace, and right at the last second it changes. And at this point, it might look that every single card is the ace of spades, but it's not. These are my 4 cards. I want to win the game. These are of course the 4 aces that have controlled into this hand. That's multiple card control, but I did sneak in a little bit of the next method. Let me explain. Let's say we're playing poker and I've been dealt 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And in my hand I've got, let's have a look. Oh, that's lovely that's beautiful. 2 aces and 2 kings, 2 pair. Alright, but maybe that's not good enough. Maybe I want more than that. Maybe I'm going to do a little move, and yep, now I've got 3 aces and 2 kings. See, now I've got a full house, but maybe that's not good enough. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want, let's have a look. Sneaky move. Maybe I want, yeah, that'll do. Maybe I want 4 aces and a king. Maybe I want 4 of a kind. But maybe even that's not enough. Maybe the 4 of a kind isn't enough. Maybe I want more than that. Maybe I want, sneaky move, here we go. Yeah, that'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I want, let's have a look, yeah. Maybe I want the royal flush. 10, jack, queen, king, ace. You can start to see the importance of the card switch. Now, don't get me wrong, if anybody were to catch you doing moves like this in like an underground casino, they would quite happily chop your hand off. If they see you flicking cards around like the sod in Cirque du Soleil, they will quite happily say, chop chop, goodbye dominant hand, which by the way, is why I like to do all my moves one-handed. Yeah, I can't count to 10 because I've got one hand, but at least I can do a one-handed card switch, so who's the real winner, you know what I mean? Sometimes though, it's not enough just to be able to switch a few cards. Sometimes you've got to be able to switch a full deck of cards. Bringing a full deck in and out of play can mean you can control an entire game, not just one hand. But I mean, to properly get away with a full-on deck switch in an actual game of cards, you've got to be, you've got to be a sleight of hand master. Now it might look like these cards are disappearing into thin air, but don't be fooled. These are what's known as false deals. And there's all sorts of false deals, by the way. There's second deals, there's bottom deals, there's centre deals, wheeler deal, drug deal, deal or no deal. But there's one type of card mechanic we've overlooked this whole time, and that is the card cheat. The con artists, the street scam artists that make money from unsuspecting tourists on the street. And we're not talking lucky men, by the way. We're talking card cheats. Teams of people that will have you bet money, you know, Find the Lady being a classic one. You try to bet where the queen is and you'll always lose. That's the thing. You think you know where the money card is, you'll bet a £5 on it thinking you're going to win 50 quid, and bam, the queen's over there. I'll even do it with 2 cards to show you how deceptive it can be. Look, follow the 9s. I'll do the secret move. This is what it looks like. That's the secret move, and before you know it, I've done the switch. You would bet that's a 9, but that's the money card, that's the queen, the 9's in the pocket. And they'll have teams of people that do this, by the way. They'll have teams of people that'll come along and they'll pretend to bet money and they'll win that time, so another tourist comes along, they'll bet money, and before you know it, there's not even a queen. There's 3 nines and a queen in the pocket. There's 4 cards, but now you know what to look for. So would you say the card on the table is a 9 or a queen? If you said a 9, it would be a queen. If you said that was a 9, that would be a queen. If you said that was a 9, that would also be a queen. Now we've got 3 queens, all from that one move, and before you know it, you've got 0 money. You've quit your job to try and make a career as a YouTuber. You're plugging your Patreon page, begging for money online. You've really hit rock bottom at that point. It is worth checking out though, by the way. It's a good Patreon page. Anyways, the big finale. You're about to see 5 card cheating techniques rolled into one routine, so you can spot them all. Now, first of all, we don't need the 2 jokers, we'll get rid of them. And the thing that kind of underpins all this is a technique known as card control. That's the idea of being able to control certain cards while shuffling the entire pack. And we're going to be trying to find the 4 aces. We've got 2 already. We're going to use the joker to find the other 2. So that's the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs. Now the 2 jokers are going to find the 3rd card, which should be the ace of hearts. Now bear in mind that the history of underground card cheating goes back centuries, so don't expect me to be able to summarise the entire thing in one quick video, but you get the general gist. The ace of hearts in between the 2 jokers. We're going to use the 2 jokers to find the last ace, which should be the ace of spades, and this is going to be ridiculously difficult, but it should work. You see what's happening? I'm chucking the jokers into the pack, and if this works, which it should have done because I wouldn't have posted it online otherwise, the jokers have trapped a single playing card. And this entire routine is counted on it, but that joker, the 2 jokers should have trapped that card, the ace of spades. Happy days. And if you're thinking, well, yep, single card control, multiple card control, that's all right. What about like card switches? Well, funny you mentioned that. We have actually been doing card switches this whole time. See, I've not been collecting the 4 aces, I've been collecting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jacks, me being the 5th jack. You see how that works? And the nice thing is we can also do a crooked deal, and by that I mean first deal, second deal, doesn't matter what you want, just get rid of the jokers. And if you're thinking like, well, what about the deck switch, then we've already done that as well. That happened when I sort of swapped the cards for the clear plastic acrylic cards. See, these are just literally pieces of plastic. How's that for card cheating? Subscribe.